Hello everyone, welcome to 2 and 3D. So this is not a tutorial, this is a review of a character I made for a client. So you can also contact me if you want a puppet like this or whatever you want. I can actually make them. So this is Joe Rogan, and okay, all you need to do is you get a .puppet file, so you drag that to the project panel, and then from there you drag it to the timeline here, and you can add camera. I added this because without the camera you can see all these space and whatever, and this is not supposed to be displaying. I didn't want to make this as large so that it will cover all this, but this is unnecessary actually. So all you just need to do is use your camera, zoom in and whatever, position it the way you think is right, and then after that you get something like this. So when you select the character, I'm going to do a separate tutorial about for this, because what I had to do was I had to create this these fingers, several fingers actually, about 178 of them. So I had to make them and then make them work with this character, because this character is not just your normal character that is just standing and maybe in this position and just standing and with his arms down. This is he's placing his hands on the table. So you have to actually make every single sequence you're going to make from that, every single cycles you're going to make from that, you're going to be making it from this default position. So it's a bit unique and different for this puppet. So what I did was I actually used my knowledge in programming. I used some of those to actually make my work easier, and I'm going to cover that in a future video. But for now, what you just need to know is these are actually cycles. So when you select this, initially I wanted to make this puppet like I made the last one. If you can actually check the last video, you can see that the puppet is a bit unique because it's not just a cycle, ordinary cycle. I had to create the cycle myself manually using replace. But I decided to opt back this because it's actually more simpler for users. If I'm going to make a puppet myself, I would actually use that system. But that system, it's a bit more complex because it's actually to take longer, and some people just want their puppet to just click a button and the puppet just acts or do whatever they want it to do. So with that one, you have to do the reverse and some other few things in between. So that actually made it more difficult for users. But that one would actually get you way more intuitive and more useful puppet. But this one will make your animation process easier. Just using cycle to make your animation process easier. So select this, you come to the controls. Okay, this video I'm actually making it because I'm actually going to send the link to the client that you watch the video on my channel instead of me sending him the video itself. I just felt like since I've not uploaded in a while, let me just kill two birds with one stone. So you select the puppet, you come to your controls, and if there are no controls here, you just click this and you refresh it to refresh to recreate every single trigger. And as you can see, the finger triggers alone are about just like 17 for each arm, or 18 in each arm, or something like that. So some of them are not actually configured to keys because I ran out of keys. So what you need to do is, let me first start with the ones that configure to keys. So you make this bigger. If I press Q, its arms will go down, and this arm, in as much as the table is covering it, but this arm is doing something like a kind of Y kind of thing, but it's fine. So let's just get rid of that. You press that again and you reverse it, and that is what that other puppet did not have. It didn't have that reverse thing. You have to do that manually, which made it more complex for users. So if I press W, you get the arm to do this, arm to do this. If I press S, that's a flip version of that, to get this. And imagine how difficult it is to draw all these fingers and whatever. So my apologies, that is why actually my puppets take longer. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and aside from that, I try as much as possible for clients to get what they paid for. So my apologies for the delay. But if you press it again to reverse it to the default, so you can press both of them at the same time, you can get movement like this. And if you move him around, you can just be moving him around and while he's talking. And in fact, let me activate that so that his mouth, we can see his mouth movement. So let's just make this input external. Good, perfect. Okay, now so you can see as I'm talking, he's also talking and his jaws are moving. which is a feature that I added. And I've done tutorials about it. I just go through my channel and you see tutorials about mouth and jaw movements and whatever. These are actually stuff you can do within the you don't have to actually make this manually. You can do this within Adobe Character Animator. So okay, so let's move on. You press R, you get him to put his hands on his waist. His hands are actually on his waist. But press again, he reverses back. Let me just reverse this one. Let's reverse this back. Okay, so you press R and F together. You put both arms on his waist, around his waist, and then you press it, reverse it back. T, you get into this angry kind of thing, and this works better if you are making the mixed eyebrow in that angry pose. So something like this. Yes, that's perfect for him. So you can just move things around and just move the character around while he's talking and stuff like that, and then reverse the movement, and you can keep doing this with different arm movements that I've actually made. So this is me pressing U and J together. This is me pressing I and K together. O and L will get you this, and we ran out of keys already, so you can come down here and then click this and you get this like that. Just has so many triggers. So this is me, and this I should configure this to a key. If you're watching this, please do that yourself and just configure this to a key, because this is actually very, very important, especially when it's talking, and you can do the reverse version also. So let's do this. You can see while it's talking, if you do that to me kind of thing, and if you go back to default and just stuff like this, just different arm movement, whatever, just use whatever arm movement you think is best for that moment. So that is basically well for the eyebrow. You press 1 to get different eyebrow movement, so that you can get him to capture whatever emotion you want him to get at that particular time. So S, we get him angry. 3 for this sad face. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then if you want him to close his eyes, 0, boom, all closed. So I don't know if I'm covering, there might be something I'm not covering, but just let me know. But that is all for the review of this Joe Rogan character. This character will not be available on the site because this is a custom this is the character made for a particular client, and this is not something that will be showing on the site. So maybe I will eventually make, because I had started making a Joe Rogan this is for the site, but I ended up leaving that. So I'll make a different versions of Joe Rogan, not copying from this completely, because that's something that I actually made long ago. So I'll just continue that and maybe upload that on the site, and maybe just check down description of this video. Maybe that link will be available. If it's not available, then maybe just give it a few days and I'll have it on the site. So that's basically it. Thank you for watching. Please give us a like, give us a sub. It will help us to reach more people. It will also help us to reach more contents like this and to keep us in business. So thank you and bye for now.